Here's another home improvement tip from Tod and Todd.
Todd, how do you know when it's time to replace the roofing on a house?
Well, it's pretty easy in this case. If you just take a look here, you can see that the shingles have completely curled.
Okay.
Once the shingles start to curl like this, it's over. The shingles have to be replaced. There's really no way to repair this. In this case, we've got a house that's about 30 years old and it's going on its third roof. And unfortunately, it still should be on its first roof, don't you think?
Right. Oh, absolutely. That's sad that you have to put that many roofs on a home in only 30 years. Why is that, Todd? How does that happen?
Well, okay. When you see shingles start to curl like this is not a roofing problem. This is a ventilation problem. What's happening is there's not enough ventilation in the attic. So what goes on is the moisture is just going through the roof deck and through the shingles and ruining the shingles. When the home was built originally, you can see on the roof here, there's only a couple vents on the top of the roof, and it's just inadequate to allow that moisture to escape from inside. So what happens is the shingles get ruined, and had that original builder build it correctly, we'd still be looking at a 30-year roof probably in good shape. Maybe it's getting close to the time to replace the roof, but certainly we should not be on the third roof on a house. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, Todd, what happens today? I know that there are shingles on the market that you can buy that have a 30-year, 40-year, 50-year, and in some cases even a lifetime warranty. So what happens if somebody gets a shingle that's meant to last for 30 or 40 or 50 years and this kind of thing happens?
Well, the sad part about it is the warranty, what you pay for when you buy a 30-year, a 40-year, 50-year roof, you're paying for that warranty.
Okay.
But if the contractor that installed the roof didn't do it correctly, the warranty is null and void. So it doesn't matter whether you have a 20-year warranty or a 50-year warranty. If it's inadequate ventilation, as it is in this case, you have no warranty.
Okay. So then in order to solve this problem, Todd, what do we have to do with the ventilation in the new product in order for that customer to get the life out of the shingle that we intend?
First thing to do really is to do a simple calculation of how much air can breathe from the soffits, which is the overhang.
Okay. So
we have to balance that amount of air that can come through the soffit on the top of the roof, either a ridge vent or pod vents on the top of the roof. We've got to make sure that there's an adequate amount of balance so air can come in through the bottom, cool air, and exhaust through the top. And once that airflow is established, you have enough ventilation, and that will keep the roof in good shape. So when we approach a roofing job, what we would normally do, first step, is to do a set of calculations. We'd figure out what we have to correct at the soffit side. We'd have to figure out what we have to correct at the top side of the roof, get that done, then we're ready to shingle, right?
Absolutely. And then as far as the installation goes, we'll stop out here, and the very first thing that we want to do is we want to take all of the shingles off right down to the original deck. In this home, this is again, as Todd said, this is the third layer. So what we're going to do is take both layers of shingles that are already in place on this roof off with any underlayment or felt or tar paper that's underneath. Once we get down to the original plywood deck, then what we would like to do is find any bad spots in the decking, if there are any, and replace with any additional plywood or OSB board as needed. Once that new plywood or decking has been installed, then we'll go over the top of that with brand new underlayment, put new aluminum flashings in the valleys around any of the vent stacks or breathing stacks that you see on the house. And once the flashings have been put on, we will install a new gutter apron and D-edge around the perimeter of the roof, and then go ahead and lay a brand new shingle down. And on the top, it's important, we're going to put ridge venting along the top of the house and the garage from one end to the other so that we get the appropriate amount of ventilation, so that when we put that 30 or 40-year shingle on this home, that's what we intend to get out of that shingle for a lifetime, and the warranty is going to be good.
That's the most critical part. If we do, once all the elements are done correctly, the calculations are done right, and the installation, the flashing, the ventilation, the installation methods, the nailing methods are all done correctly, the warranty is valid. So if it's 20 years into it and something goes wrong, The manufacturer can come back out here if he needs to, and he can see that everything is done exactly to spec. Warranty will be, warranty will be in good shape. So, not just the shingles. You've got to do it right. If you do it right, you'll have no problem. You'll have a roof that'll last 30, 40, or 50 years. It's really the installation technique, the ventilation, that's got to get done right the first time.
And not only that, Todd, what's really important these days is to make sure that when you go ahead to do a roofing project, you really owe it to yourself to find out how to hire a roofing contractor. It seems that there's so many individuals these days, including our friends and neighbors, that don't have a problem putting a roof on a home at all. But what do you really get with that? Let me tell you a little bit about the Platinum Preferred Contractor. What that means at Weather Tight is that the manufacturer, Owens Corning, and Weather Tight Corporation together have trained all of our staff involved in roofing right through the installation crews to make sure that they have proper knowledge of all of the correct materials to utilize on a home for ventilation, as well as the correct installation technique. And what that means is when the installation is done, it's going to be done according to manufacturer specifications. Then the manufacturer adds, in addition to the regular roofing shingle warranty, they add a labor warranty that goes for an additional 15 years to cover all of the materials and the labor. The Platinum Preferred Contractor is separated in the industry because of the extensive training that they've gone through, and that means that Weather Tight Corporation has received the highest honor, the highest award from Owens Corning in being top of house certified. So when this job gets done, our homeowners can rest assured that it's going to be done properly, installation technique with the right materials, and for the life of that shingle is going to last, again, 30 or 40 years. So when we're done with this job, this homeowner is really going to be impressed. If you find yourself looking for a new roof, go ahead and fill out the form on this page. We'd be happy to come out and take a look for you.